Central into 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, bringing health, happiness, everything in between. Every day, Monday through Friday, doing our best to bring another bright side to life because there's lots of things going on. It's not all bad. We're doing part 3 of our conversation about support. I hope you're all doing wonderful today. And I got a different spin on things when it comes to support because today we're going to be talking about broadening our conversation on support. We're going to be looking at what does that mean to you. When I'm always looking at the titles, I try to make it sound like, everyday common talk so people can get it. But you better tell somebody. What do I mean by that? You need to tell somebody. I do lots of boundary work. One of the things entrepreneurs struggle with, especially when you're coming from a corporate environment, is poor, horrible boundaries. Boundaries for me, in short, is this. You tell people what you need in a very kind and caring way. You don't have to be a jerk, but more specifically about you need to tell someone what the boundary is with support. You need to tell people how you need to be supported. Now, why do you need to tell people that you need to be supported? Well, why do you need to tell people that you need support, number one, and two, how to support you? First up, why do you need to tell people you need support? You might not even use those words. Hey, can you hold me down? Hey, can your prayers can you send some prayers my way? Hey, I hope I'm in your thoughts. Just different ways that people are literally saying, hey, I would need some attention from you. Why? Because if you don't tell people, they will not pay attention to it. Some people don't even realize, and this especially goes for one of my clients yesterday, you know who you are. The thing that came up was, and I talked about this with love. We tend to think that people know what we are thinking. I struggle with this. Me and my lady get into a little tiff about this every now and again because I think that people can read my thoughts, especially when we're really close, especially when just things are just driving. And when I say we are really close, I'm just saying when you're in harmony with some people, I mean, it could be a friend, family, loved one, your romantic partner, your platonic partner, we tend to think that they know. Well, they won't know unless you say so. Now, why won't they know? Sometimes when you are telling people about all these things that are happening in your life, when happening in your day, they don't hear that you need support. They just hearing that you're talking about it. You're getting it off your chest. You're externally processing. So if you don't tell people, they're not quite sure what an action item is for them. And in many cases, when it comes to support, without you telling people directly that, hey, I really need you right now, people don't know how to go about, navigating that. Because I'm going to get into part 2 about telling people about support. First, you need it too, how to support you. Sometimes people have like these things in their head. It's called life. And if you don't tell people specifically that you need that, number one, they don't hear a lot of the things that you're saying. Sure, they might catch it. They might say, oh, you're starting a new play. Oh, you are opening up a new bank account. Oh, that you are reaching out and you're making an offer every single day. And that's what I have all of my clients doing. And right now, you have to reach out, make offers every single day. Just giving them that guidance, giving that suggestion, and also telling people, hey, here's how you could support me. They are just in their own worlds. And without you saying, hey, this is what I need for you, it literally hooks in their ear that people kind of wake up like, oh, someone's asking me to do something. People get caught up in their own stuff. And without you giving those friendly nudges, those reminders, that direct comment that you need support, they are not going to catch it. I've seen it before. I've done it myself where you beat yourself up saying, nobody likes me. Nobody cares. Nobody wants me to be successful. They think I'm the scum of the earth. All of these things. And when I ask people this, how did you go about asking for support? I kind of get this. Well, I don't know. Well, they should just know. Or how do they not know? Especially from people who lean in and are always doing so much for people. Because you can see the next steps for people. Somebody could be walking and you notice that they're sweaty. It's hot outside. They've been outside for like 30 or 40 minutes and they're coming back to the house. You might take that moment and say, I bet they're thirsty. You'll run, get some ice, get a cup, get some ice, put some water in it, put whatever, and bring it to them before they get to the step. But that's not how everybody functions. Some people just look at you and they say, hey, you're sweaty. If you were thirsty, you would ask for it. If you were screaming playing basketball earlier, you should be able to scream and go get water. That's just the way people are. And it's not that they're selfish. It's not that they're stuck in, me mode all the time. It's just sometimes they just don't know. Not everyone's taught about awareness, which is a whole nother topic. But now that you got their attention, you said, hey, I need support, right? Which is great. You let them know they need support. This is the key. This is the crux. This is the crescendo. This is everything about the message. You need to tell people how to support you. That is the catch. Don't just say, careful saying, hey, I need your support. That's a start of the conversation. There's a comma there, not a period. There's a semicolon there, not a period. It looks like this. Are you able to do this? Would it be helpful? It would be helpful to me if you could do this. I'm sure you're aware that this is really important to me because I have said that to you, and this is what I need. Without you telling people how to support you, you are wasting your breath. It's like walking up to a child who has yet to clean the room, and maybe they haven't had much experience cleaning the room because guess what? You're different than everybody. And people, you cannot expect a person to know exactly how you want to be supported because we all have a different definition of support. Because support to me could be, hey, let's do this. Let's sit in the nitty gritty. I'm the type of person with support. It's like, all right, what are the details? I build out the strategy. Do this, do this, do this, this. That's support to me. Support for many cases, hey, let's walk through this together. Support to me is something completely different than what it could mean to you. And even if they might have some commonalities, it's not going to be exactly the same. Very few times is it that way. Some people prefer text calls. Some people want presence. Everybody wants support differently. Tell people how to support you. Do not make the mistake of playing the victim in life and saying no one supports you if you're not telling people how to support you. And you need to be specific. Don't say, hey, support me. I could really use a lot of your attention right now. That doesn't tell people what to do. Attention could be this. I'm going to give you mental images, ESP. So attention could be in terms of having a stronger presence. That could be blowing the horn every time you drive by. Don't leave it up to the ether for people to figure it out. As adults, you need to be able to sit back. And in some cases, why some people aren't asking for this is because you haven't figured out your support style that you need. It took me a long time to realize that I don't need someone to pat me on the back. Sure, it's nice. That's not what support is for me. My support is very different. I'm not getting into my support style. That's a very personal thing, by the way. Sure, you can share that, but with persons like myself who tend to kind of do things a little differently, just like you do things a little differently, I don't put my support style out there unless you know me personally. But for you all out there, if you're working in support style, really think about what motivates you, what lets you know that when you have that bad day that you got it. You're a person that wants a type of positive message, some sort of positive reinforcement. You come in the house. You're making offers like I got all my clients doing. You're making every single offer you can. And guess what? Every single day is not going to be great. All my entrepreneurs out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Some days you're great. Some days you're amazing. But some days you're just, boom, riding that wave. Does support look like for you? Hey, you got this? That might not be my style. That might be the style that you need, when you're having a tough time or just going through a moment. But that might not be what your partner, your friend, or your colleague needs. They could be the type where they just want someone just to sit there, not say a word. But know your support style. And be really clear with it as well, because you want to articulate to people. I've seen it too many times that people give up and they say that they don't have the support. People give up because they say, hey, it's too hard. I feel like I'm in here by myself. But when I sit back and one, ask that you ask for support. Two, did you tell them how to support you? I kind of get the deer in headlights look. It's critical. We're all very busy. We're all very tied up. We all have just so many things pulling at us. Don't make them do more work by telling them, hey, here, I need your support. I'm looking forward to seeing it. This ain't a jack in a box where you go, do, 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 do. All right, so we're going to be doing part 4 of our message tomorrow about support, how it can look, different ways you can go about doing it. I got 3 spots left open, doing some house notes right here for entrepreneurs, for persons who are trying to get rid of what do I do next syndrome, for people who are trying to get better at making offers, close more sales, but also level things up quickly. I got 3 spots open. We got 1 new deal. We got 2 new buyers, listings. We got buyers. And then we also got a 19K closed so far. And that happened since Sunday night, Monday, when I first made that announcement. Send me a message. I'm happy to talk with you. Let me know. See if you qualify to be in there. Why did I say qualify? Because I am not working with people who are not motivated to get out there and get things going. I'm not worried about if some bad things have happened. I'm not worried about if you're lacking even a vision, but you have a belief. I want people who are looking for like, hey, I can do this. It doesn't take long. It really doesn't, but it does take effort. My job is to get you give you the map, tell you exactly where to dig. And the big thing I let people know, if I told you where gold is, most people will say yes, but how many really show up? I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, bringing you health, happiness every day, everything in between with Happy Meals. I'll see y'all.